Hi everyone, it's time to do topic 16, lesson 16-5, same area, different perimeter. Turn to page 871 for solve and share. The solve and share says, Jessica has 12 square tiles that she wants to use to make rectangles. Find 3 rectangles she can make using all of the squares. Include the area and perimeter of each rectangle. Then compare the areas and perimeters. Solve this problem any way you choose. So if you have grid paper or graph paper at home, that could be a helpful tool. Another could be if you have any just like square tiles from, those red and blue square tiles. If you have any from any time you were able to bring home some math tools, those would work. Or you could make your own little cutout squares. You would need 12 of them. I'm going to see if one of the tools on Pearson will be helpful. Okay, so for this one, there's in the math tools, this is the one called Shapes. And I could use, let's see, down here they have a grid. It's not really grid paper, but they have these dots that might be helpful in guiding our square. And they do have a green square here. So this could represent one of the tiles. So Jessica has 12 square tiles that she wants to make to use rectangles. So imagine, like if she were to set them out like, you can't really see, but there's 3, 4, so there's not lines in between each one unless you highlight them. Oh, there, you can. Cool. I did not realize that. You click on it again. So you place the square. Watch this. So there's 6, 7, oopsies, not that. 8, if you click on it, you can see where the lines are. Awesome. So how many squares do we have so far? 8. And she has 12 square tiles, so we've got to put 4 more. We could do it this way. And then click, click, click. Nice. So is that 12? All right. So she can make a 3 by 4 array with the 12 square tiles, right? And since the dimensions are 3 by 4, that's how we would find the area. 3 times 4. So for this rectangle, the area is 12 square units. Now the problem asked us also to find the perimeter. So let's see. There's a I'm not sure if there's a tool that can help us with this or not. But the perimeter, we can start by counting across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Across the bottom. 8, 9, 10, 11 on the left, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so this, if we count the edge, the perimeter, all the way around is 14 units. We don't know if these are inches or centimeters or what. So, all right, let me go back to our other screen. So here, let's see here. text box. I think after I type in it, I can move it, but, so let's see. Jessica can make a rectangle with the dimensions, what was it? 3 by 4. It has an area of 12 square units because 3 times 4 equals 12. The perimeter of this rectangle is 14 units, right? We counted all the way around. So let's see if I enter. Yep, that's to make it different colors. That's fun, but we don't really need to do that. Alright, I'm still getting used to it. Oh, okay, we can drag it. Alright, so that's one of my answers. Boy, if we could move my picture from right here to that work page, that would be cool. Well, for our purposes now, we can just see that, okay, so this is one way. This is just one of the rectangles. And our original problem, solve and share, as you can follow along in your book, it says for us to find 3 rectangles. So I've shown one way with a 3 by 4 array. Now you, either using grid paper, or you can find the math tools online, or just cut out little squares if you have tiles. Even if you happen to have a good collection of square sticky notes, that would work well. You just need 12 of them. And see if you can find 2 other ways you can arrange the 12 squares to make rectangles. So they have to be arrays with nothing sticking out and no holes or gaps in the middle. And then you also have to find the area as well as the perimeter. So 2 different ways besides mine. All right, so if you're coming to our math check-in, I look forward to seeing your work with this. And okay, I'm going to pause this part of the slide and tell you what's next. Okay, so now it is your turn. I found one way. We went through that whole process. You can see the answer that I typed in here. I recreated the array to show the 3 by 4 rectangle right down here. So now in your workbook, you need to find 2 more rectangles that are not 3 rows of 4, but different. 2 different ways using all 12 square tiles for each rectangle, and then complete the problem. Time to watch the visual learning video for 16-5.
Can rectangles have the same area but different perimeters? Let's find out. In a video game, you have 16 castle tiles to make a rectangular castle, and 16 water tiles for a moat. How can you completely surround the castle with water? You need to make a rectangular-shaped castle that can be completely surrounded by water tiles. How is the castle tile different from the water tile?
What do you notice about the shape? So the brown one here, these are the castle tiles, and then you see these blue strips, those are the water tiles. How are they different?
The castle tile is a square, and the water tile is a rectangle.
The castle tiles represent the area, and the water tiles represent the perimeter.
Make rectangles that have an area of 16 square units. Find the perimeter of each rectangle.
Cool. So you get to drag over these castle tiles and then the blue water tiles. So you have to use 16 castle tiles. So what we're going to do is just think of different ways we can do that. Let's see, 16. Well, could we do, could try 4 by 4. We could do 2 by 8. What do you think? So far that's 8 units. We need 16. Should I do 4 rows of 4? We can try that. So that's 12. You can see it changing, the total changing. 14 units. Oops. 15 and 16. So those are 16 castle tiles. Area, I should say 16 square units actually. And then use as many blue water tiles as needed to make a border. Okay. Doesn't match up very well. That's 8 units. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this looks like it's going to work out. 13, 14, 15, and 16. Awesome. 16 units for a perimeter. I think if we had made it a different shape, we may have needed to have different, we wouldn't have had enough blue water tiles, or maybe we would have had too many, but you can do the visual learning video on Pearson, and then when you get to this, try it. You can try a different sort of arrangement of the 16 castle tiles if you want.
Let's try it. Find the area of this rectangle. A equals 1 times 16. The area equals 16 square units. Find the perimeter. P equals, open parenthesis, 2 times 16, close parenthesis, plus, open parenthesis, 2 times 1, close parenthesis. The perimeter equals 34 units. Do the water tiles surround this rectangle? How do you know?
So they didn't really show very clearly here what this would be. I mean, if we back it up and built a 1 by 16 array with the castle tiles, what they're saying is, in order to, when we measure all the way around, the reason they do 2 times 16 is because it's 2 sides of 16, and then the 2 is 1, 2. So that one wouldn't work.
No, the perimeter of the rectangle is 34 units, but there are only 16 water tiles. Let's try another. Find the area. A equals 2 times 8. The area is 16 square units. Find the perimeter. P equals open parenthesis 2 times 8, close parenthesis, plus open parenthesis 2 times 2, close parenthesis. The perimeter equals 20 units. Do the water tiles surround this rectangle? How do you know?
So again, they're getting this 2 times 8 because there's 8 tiles across the top. So we're counting 8 and then another 8 across the bottom. That's 16. Then we have 2 on the right side and 2 on the left side. So 2 times 2 is 4. So the perimeter of a 2 by 8 array is 20 units. We only have 16 water tiles. 16 is less than 20, so nope.
No, the perimeter of the rectangle is 20 units, but there are only 16 water tiles. The perimeter is still too large for the water tiles to surround the castle. Now look at this arrangement. Find the area. A equals 4 times 4. The area equals 16 square units. Find the perimeter. P equals open parenthesis 2 times 4, close parenthesis, plus open parenthesis 2 times 4, close parenthesis. The perimeter equals 16 units. Why do the water tiles surround this rectangle? Because the perimeter is 16 units and there are 16 water tiles. Only the 4 by 4 castle can be surrounded by 16 water tiles. Now you know how to show that rectangles can have the same areas but different perimeters.
Alrighty. Alright, well, as far as I'm concerned, our guided practice was doing the solve and share together, that first problem, and kind of working through the visual learning. So we're going to skip the guided practice part on page 873 and have you go right to the independent practice. So if you're working in your workbook, you'll complete the even numbered problems. So that's number 8, 10, 12, and 14. Read the directions for the two different sections. It does recommend using grid paper for numbers 8 and 10 if you have it. So read the directions thoroughly. Even you can check off parts of the directions as you go to make sure that you've done all of the parts required. If you would rather do guided, or if you'd rather do the Pearson online work, go to the next slide. So if you're going to log on to Pearson, you should start with watching a video. You can either re-watch the visual learning and then do that try it yourself with the castle tiles, or you can watch the Another Look video. You're welcome to watch both, of course. For the second step, you can do either the quick check or the practice buddy. If you find that when you do the quick check that you get more than 2 incorrect, you might need to try some of the practice buddy to get a little bit of extra practice. If you need more practice beyond those assignments online, you can always check out Schoology. Remember, there's a materials section on the left-hand side, and then there's a folder of math resources by topic, so you can find the topic 16 folder and find reteaching or even enrichment if you'd prefer. All right, thanks and good luck.
persevere through this kind of tricky topic, and maybe I'll see you at 2 p.m. for our math check-in session today, or maybe tomorrow or Thursday.